Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is the Friday edition of Fire Your MD Now, where smart people come to talk. Smart people come to get a clue, to get a heads up about science-based, clinically verified alternatives to drugs and surgery, because you don't have to be a rocket scientist, you don't have to be even a high school graduate to understand that pain stinks and that conventional medical treatments don't deliver results. I mean, look around. How many people in your family are taking prescription medications? How many people in your family are overweight? How many people in your family can actually say that they're healthy and that they're happy and that they're feeling pretty good? How many people in your family need medicine to fall asleep, medicine to wake up, medicine for their heartburn, medicine for their blood pressure, medicine for their blood sugar, medicine for their arthritic pain? How many people in your family have fake knees, fake shoulders, fake wrists, fake hands, fake hips? How many people have no gallbladder? How many people have lost a kidney? How many people have had fused vertebrae or back surgery? How many people in your life do you know that are depressed? How many people in your life do you know whose chief complaint is lack of energy? All of these people are failures, examples of failures of modern American medicine. Because the only time that the human body develops symptomology, the only time that people get sick and develop symptoms like headache, joint aches, high blood pressure, heartburn, constipation, gas, diarrhea, pain, depression, the only time that symptoms are present is when your body has been destabilized by a stress, has been knocked off of balance, and does not have the raw materials necessary to recover its optimal function. Your birthright is health. The only two documents in your medical chart when you exit the earth plane should be a birth certificate and a death certificate, and that's it. You know, unless you had the unfortunate karma of being sideswiped at an intersection, or, you know, having somebody in South Chicago shoot you, or whatever. Notwithstanding trauma, you know, and accidents, burns from the kitchen, automobile accidents, skiing accidents, sport accidents, whatever, there should only be two certificates in your medical chart, a birth certificate and a death certificate. Because when you are eating the right foods, or more appropriately, when you are not eating the wrong foods, and when you are providing your body with the raw materials that it needs to secure its health, i.e. the 90 essential nutrients, i.e. Longevity's 90 for Life program, when you do these things, and then as icing on the cake, make sure you get enough antioxidants in your body every day. So let's go over the drill again. 20 to 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day, 90 essential nutrients appropriate for your body weight, and abstinence from the 10 bad foods. When you do these three things, I don't care if you exercise, I don't care if you're a vegetarian, a vegan, a lacto-ovo-novo from Provo, or a carnivore. Does not matter. I don't care if you're a Catholic, a Buddhist, a born-again Christian, an atheist. Doesn't matter. I don't care whether you exercise or not. I don't care whether you do hot yoga or not. Actually, I do care if you do hot yoga, because the more hot yoga you do, the more you sweat, and the more you sweat, the more you leach out minerals. So if you're doing exercise, you need to be supplementing with extra nutrients. So I take that back. I do care if you exercise. I do care if you do hot yoga, not because those things are particularly good for you, but because when you do them, you need more nutrients. Because you're putting the pedal to the metal a little more than your next door neighbor. You're running your body at a higher rate of speed, so it's going to burn through more nutrients. So you need to take a little bit extra nutrients if, in fact, you are exercising. And our solution for that, Rebound FX. 4 years of research and development with Theo Ratliff, who completely rebuilt his body with medical nutrition after the best pediatric, after the best joint doctors in the world, orthopedic, there's the word that I'm looking for, after the best orthopedic surgeons in the world told him he was done. He fixed his body with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition with the Longevity family of nutritional supplements. And then after his joints and muscles and tendons and ligaments were strong and healthy again, we developed a sports nutrition drink with Theo that is bar none. So if you're an exercise person, if you're a weekend warrior, if you're a professional athlete, an Olympian athlete, if you do athletics more than the average bear, even if you're just a weekend warrior, you add the Rebound FX into the diet, and this is it. So, clean up your diet, take the 90 essential nutrients, secure the appropriate amount of antioxidants a day, and do extra Rebound FX if you're a weekend warrior, if you're an athletic person. Get out of the way and let your body recover itself, because it is your birthright to be healthy. It is your birthright to be able to sleep through the night without medication. It is your birthright to be able to have normal blood pressure without prescription medication. It is your birthright to be able to get pregnant during the childbearing years. It is your birthright to have healthy menstrual cycles with minimal cramps, if any. It is your birthright to sail through menopause with maybe 1, 2, 3 months of hot flushes. That's it. 1, 2, 3 months of mood swings and feeling like the boat is rocking. Yeah, that's it. Not 5 years, not 10 years. But we have gotten so used to mediocrity. We have been led down the primrose path of better living through chemistry by the mediocre ministers of medical mediocrity, the MD, for the last 100 years, that we have gotten used to piss-poor performance. It's like we're all living in Cuba, and we're all used to driving around in automobiles from the 1950s. We don't know any better. Never even seen an automobile that's older than, 1975. Never even seen that. Don't even know what that looks like. All we've got is cars from the 50s. So that's what we're going to drive around in. That's what we're going to get used to. So we get used to inadequate performance. We get used to poor performance. We get used to old-fashioned, outdated stuff. We don't know any better. You don't know any better, because the MDs have monopolized the game here for the last 100 years. And so that's why we do what we do. So join us, please. Go to fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the longevity button. Click join. Join us. Join our merry band of men and women around the country. It takes $10, costs $10. You can join us at a $10 level. If you really want to make a stand, if you really want to get serious and make some serious money in this business as a full-time job, then join us at the $399 level, and your life will never be the same. We will show you, we will hold your hand and show you how to create an empire, a financial empire, by helping people in your community, helping people in your church, helping people in your family recover their health with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. Is it difficult? No. Is it easy? Yes. Healing is easy. Surgery is difficult. Healing is easy. Healing is your birthright. Living a symptom-free, energetic life is your birthright. Having an open mind is your birthright. Being creative is your birthright. Is being rich your birthright? Well, not really. You have to work at that. You also have to work at being healthy, right? Because everything tends towards dissolution. This is the way that it is on the earth plane. This is the way that it is here. For goodness sake, it's the second law of thermodynamics. Everything decays. So, you have to shower every day. You have to clean your body every day, right? You have to take care of your body. You have to live in houses that protect yourself from the elements. You have to live in towns that have sewer systems, systems in place to remove and purify and then put back into the environment, human waste that's been cleaned up. You need to have water purification systems in place so that you don't get giardia just from drinking a glass of water. All of these things need to be in place, and they've been in place. We've forgotten what it's like to live in the open. We've forgotten what it was like for the Native Americans because we've been, industrialized. We've been homogenized for the last 100 years. Every town in the United States has sewage treatment plants. Every town in the United States has water filtration systems. We all live in houses. Nobody's living under the highway anymore unless you're homeless and destitute. In the United States, we're used to living in places. We're used to securing, protecting ourselves against the environment. It's second nature. Well, one more thing that we need to make second nature is giving to the body every day the 90 essential nutrients. That's one of the essentials of life. We have to purify the water. We have to eliminate our sewage. We have to protect ourselves from the elements. We need to eat calories every day and drink water every day. And there's one more thing we need to do. Take 90 essential nutrients into the body every day. And when you do that, when you start to add that as a part of your life's discipline, everything changes. Everything changes. Because your body, for the first time in this incarnation, for the first time in this incarnate life, your physical frame has all of the raw materials that it needs, and that is a game changer. It is the rare individual who takes the 90 essential nutrients for 30 days and experiences zero change. Quite frankly, everybody experiences change. Some people are just so thick-headed that they miss it. You know, you don't feel your hair growing, do you? But it grows. Well, if you pay attention closely enough to how your energy is, how your sleep is, how your mood is, how your aches and pains are over the course of 30 days with the Healthy Start Pack, you will notice a positive change. You can't give a little tomato plant or, you know, a little broccoli plant or a little rose bush good water, good nutrition, good fertilizer, good sunlight, and have nothing happen to it. Have it wither and die. You can't do that. If I had two plants side by side and one had good fertilizer and the other didn't, the one that had good fertilizer, you know, like Miracle Grow, is going to be 3 times as big as the one that didn't. It's the same with the human body. When you get a clue and start to deliver to your body every day therapeutic, easy-to-absorb doses of the 90 essential nutrients delivered through the Longevity Company, it is a game changer. Ladies and gentlemen, join our merry band of men and women. Let us show you how to bring your body into the light of medical nutrition. You don't know what you're missing, and you're going to love how you feel. Dr. Peter Glidden, this is Fire Your MD Now, where smart people come to recover their health. We're going to go right to the phones with Teresa, calling from Colorado with a question about blood sugar, I think. Teresa, welcome aboard. You are live.
Thank you. I have a very long history of, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's celiac or gluten intolerant, so I have not felt good most of my life. Developed IBS, chronic sore throats, chronic fatigue, constipation through my whole life, leaky gut, I'm pretty sure, possibly even cross-reactivity, parasites, and when we lived overseas, heartburn all the time. Although it's gotten better with natural treatments, but I'm still looking for answers. Adrenal exhaustion, HCG depleted to a 70-year-old, insomnia, morning malaise, the whole 9 yards. I have recovered some, but for 5 years I have not been able to eat any grains, not brown rice, not quinoa, not millet, nothing. And I'm married to a very arrogant MD that has made every step very difficult, very, very difficult.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't ever take drugs. I don't take drugs. I've always been looking for the root cause. I have gotten partial answers. I've went to a really good naturopath to help me get rid of a bunch of parasites and viruses, cat scratch fever. I mean, I had a whole bunch of stuff because my immune system was so trashed.
So how long have you been suffering with all these things?
Well,
I mean, how long have you not felt well?
Most of my life, because I didn't know about gluten. I've been off gluten for quite a while. But
how long have you been married? 19
and a half years.
Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting it straight from the horse's mouth. This woman, bless her heart, has been married to an MD for 19 years. 19 years. And for 19 years, he has been unable to eliminate and remove and reduce her suffering. Hasn't been able to do it for 19 years. Now,
Not a shred of help. No.
If her husband couldn't do it for her, you think they can do it for you? I mean, for goodness sake, this is how bad it is here, right? Okay, this is how bad it is. So the heartburn is a strong and persistent thing for you?
Well, much less now because I've been on an extreme diet and whole food herbs that have helped. I mean, the fatigue is not very often. The constipation persists. I rarely get pain in my gut. I mean, there's a lot of symptoms that are better. But the leaky gut, I think, must be persisting because I still can't eat any grains or legumes, and I'm vegetarian, so it's really hard to find something to eat. I think I still have some more allergies I don't know about from my immune system just getting so blasted for so long.
So
I'm just trying to dig out of the hole.
All right, well, I know the way. I'll throw you a rope and a ladder. I'll bring a helicopter in, for goodness sake.
Thank you.
But look, so we got to start at the beginning. So I have a question. All right, well, why are you vegetarian?
I've just done that my whole life, and it just, because of the disease, the salmonella, the cancers, the tumors, and because I haven't had, I mean, it seems to me if I have sluggish elimination, to eat stuff without fiber, to sit in my gut for 30 hours seems like it's just asking for trouble.
Okay. So you have, it's impossible for me to convince you to start eating meat, right?
I do eat eggs every day to try to get protein. I don't know. I mean, clean and unclean feed, I would draw the line with unclean meat. I'm not Jewish, but I just feel that's just a common sense health rule.
All right, so you're eating eggs, though, right? You're eating eggs.
I do eat eggs every day, yes.
All right, good. Okay, so here we go. Now, the only reason you're probably still alive is because of your own volition years ago.
That. And God's help. I cry out to him every day.
Yeah, you got a clue. Well, you know what we do. My colleague Dr. Wallach and I picked this up from him. He says, he looked at me one day and he said, "Hey, Doc," he said, "you know what our real job description is?" I said, "What?" He says, "We shorten prayer lists." I said, "All right."
I like that.
I'm all in, okay, because that's in fact what we do. We're talking to Teresa, who's married to an MD for 19 years. This is, this is gold here. This is radio gold, Teresa. So here's what I want to do. I want to turn you into a celebrity on fireyourmdnow.com. So I want you to check in with me every 2 weeks. I'm going to tell you what to do. And once you've been doing my program, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen in the listening audience, I don't screen calls. There's no call screening going on here. I don't talk to people off of the air and feed them questions, and there's none of this nonsense. Everything that you're hearing is 100% authentic, 100% real time. I am clueless about what happens after people leave the radio and go about their business. So we're going to do a little in-house experiment here, Teresa. I'm putting my money on the fact that I can bring you back into the land of health, and we can do it within 90 days. But we have to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. And because of when people have a known history of irritable bowel, celiac, and complications in the digestive tract, we need to start out slowly, because the complications of the intestinal tract mean that the tissue in your intestinal tract, which absorbs nutrients, has been compromised.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So now, our whole thing here is giving your body the raw materials that it needs to fix itself. And in this domain, the raw materials are 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids. Now, the Longevity family of nutritional supplements are among the best that I have ever seen in 24 years of clinical work. However, because they are super concentrated, and because your system's ability to absorb stuff is compromised, we got to start out slow, and we've got to feed your body just a little bit. And we have to make sure that you're taking it in doses that your body can absorb, because if we're a little too ahead of ourselves, if we're a little too aggressive, if we take the stuff in too concentrated a dose, it's going to pass right through your small intestine, dump into your colon, where it's going to cause trouble. So we need slow and steady is going to win the Teresa from Colorado race, okay? Slow and steady is going to win this race. So, Teresa, what's your current body weight?
Too low. I'm 5'6" and weigh 112. I need to be 125.
Okay, so here's what we're going to start with, please. You want to write this down?
I have a pen ready.
All right, one per month for the first month, just for the first month. We're going to do one healthy start pack, one Cal toddy, that's Cal like calcium, C-A-L, toddy, one healthy start pack, one Cal Toddy, one bottle of Ultimate Minerals, one bottle of Ultimate Minerals, and one bottle of Ultimate Selenium. Okay? That's what we're going to start with. Let me tell you how to take it, and this is important. The Ultimate Selenium, you take one capsule 3 times a day with food.
One TID, okay.
Okay. The minerals, you take 2 TID with food.
2 TID, okay.
No, I'm sorry. That's 1 BID, 1 capsule twice a day with food.
BID, with food.
Okay, yeah, 2 a day.
And the selenium, it doesn't matter?
It's better with meals, although it's not mandatory.
Also with, okay.
It's better with, yep. The Cal Toddy is a liquid calcium. You need to invert that bottle, shake the heck out of it before you take each dose, because if you don't do that, the last 5 doses will be thick like mud, okay? All right, it's a very concentrated supplement. So refrigerate. There's 2 that need to be refrigerated. This is one of them. So please refrigerate it between doses, and when it's time for the dose, invert the bottle, shake it up, and take 1 ounce of the liquid in 4 to 8 ounces, 1 ounce of the liquid in 4 to 8 ounces of cold water immediately before bed.
Oh, bedtime.
And I mean immediately, like slug it down, brush your teeth, get into bed. Okay? All right, good. Now, the Healthy Start Pack is what's left. And in the Healthy Start Pack, there are 3 things, 3 different supplements. One of the supplements is an essential fatty acid supplement in little gel caps.
Yes,
All right? 3 a day with a meal, and I don't care how you do that. You can do it all 3 with lunch, all 3 with dinner, 1 with breakfast, one with lunch, 1 with dinner, no problem.
Okay.
Whatever works best for you. There's another thing in the Healthy Start Pack. It's another form of liquid calcium. It's a different product, though, slightly different formulation. It's called OsteoFX Plus. That one also needs to be refrigerated. It's the only other one that needs to be refrigerated, and that one also needs to be inverted and shaken before each dose. With that one, however, I'd like you to take 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus in a little bit of orange juice in the morning. A little bit of orange juice in the morning. 3 to 4
if I'm
5.
too sensitive to sugar, I don't drink juice. So is that a problem?
Well, what happens when you eat sugar? You go to sleep?
I get tired. Yeah, in fact, last night I had been listening to your broadcast, and it talked about calcium and heartburn, and so I had 2 doses of the Cal Toddy yesterday, and it put me out for an hour. And I don't know if it's a sucralose in it. I'm not quite sure why, but it's like, and I didn't feel good this morning. I had that I'm hit by a truck feeling this morning.
Okay, so so your situation is, way
unusual.
Different,
Very
than most
unusual.
people's. So this is why we're going to need to kind of dial it in. So with reactions like that, it's too much all at once. So 2 ounces for you was too much.
In one day, yeah. It was like 2 p.m. and about 8 p.m.
Okay, so we're going to start then with 1 tablespoon.
Okay.
1 tablespoon of the OsteoFX Plus in a little bit of water in the morning. 1
tablespoon, okay.
All right, I still want you to do the full ounce of the Cal Toddy before bed.
And if it puts me to sleep, it doesn't matter.
Well,
and maybe that won't happen for very long, hopefully.
That's the thing, okay? That's the thing.
Okay.
All right, now the last thing is the Beyond Tangy Tangerine Red Powder. Now, do you eat yogurt?
There was a non-conventional allergy test that said I'm very allergic to milk and casein, so I'm not sure. I think I need to get that retested to make sure that's true.
Well,
so at this point, I don't.
Okay, so here's what I'd like you to do then to start with. For the first 7 days, I want you to do 1 level scoop of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine in 12 ounces of water.
12 ounces. Okay.
And I want you to sip from that all day long.
Oh,
just a little bit. I want you to take all day to drink it.
Okay. And I refrigerate in between, I take it?
Oh, yeah, you bet.
Okay. Okay.
Now, on week 2, I want you to do that twice a day. So I want you to do 1 teaspoon and 12 ounces of water in the morning and 1 teaspoon and 12 ounces of water in the afternoon.
I'm sorry, are you 1 teaspoon or 1 scoop? Are you talking about tangerine?
Yeah, that was my mistake. I'm sorry. 1 level scoop.
And you're talking about tangy tangerine, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So starting on day 8, I want you to double the dose effectively. So take 1...
2 scoops a day, divide it out. Okay.
Yeah, 2 scoops. And the key to that supplement is drinking it slowly over the course of time. Like sip from it, all right? All right. Now,
and I can drink water in between, right, to dilute it more? It doesn't matter?
You bet, as much as you want.
Okay. So drink slowly. Okay.
Now, one of the fundamental keys here for you is going to be when you take the supplements with food, right, the mineral caps specifically, when you're the selenium also, so when you take if you're going to take the mineral caps and the selenium with a meal, there can be no phytates in the meal.
And what's phytate?
Well, let me spell that for you. It's P-H-Y, T like Thomas, A, T like Thomas, E, phytate. Okay. So do a Google search for phytate-containing foods. Okay. Mostly it's legumes, like beans.
And I can't eat those right now anyway, so sadly I love them, but I can't.
All right. Okay. So if you consume the selenium or the mineral caps with, food that's high in phytates, the phytate will bind to the minerals and will disallow it from absorbing into your bloodstream.
But eggs are fine, right?
Oh, yeah. And now, another thing that you need to focus on, and this is going to freak your husband out, but I don't care. You need to start salting your food with iodized table salt. You need to start using salt liberally so that your food tastes good, okay?
I do use salt. And is the Mercola pink Himalayan salt okay?
It's fine, but for you, iodized table salt would be better. Okay. And if that's too harsh for your body,
I just don't like the taste of it now that I'm used to the other salts.
Well, then so here's what I want you to do: do half and half because you need the iodine. Okay. You need the extra iodine.
Can I do iodoral, or is that?
You can. No, that's an excellent thing, but that's so if you're already taking. No, it is. Okay. If you're taking the iodoral daily, which for the listening audience is an iodine supplement, and Longevity does not sell that. That's a different company. It's a good company that makes that too, by the way. I know the guy that owns that company. Cool. You don't have to do the iodized sea salt or the iodized table salt. You can just do the Himalayan, okay? So as long as you're taking the iodoral, you can do the Himalayan salt. But there's one more thing that you must dial in.
Got it. What's that?
Food that's high in cholesterol.
Okay, food high.
So eggs, butter, right? You're dairy-free and you're meat-free, so basically for you it's going to have to be eggs and butter. Eggs and butter.
So if I'm allergic to casein, I could still do better, no problem, you think?
Yes.
I don't know. I need to retest.
Look, here's the deal. And I'm going to give you a little insider information, all right?
Please. Yeah.
All right. When we were in medical school, food allergy testing is a big thing in the naturopathic medical community. I mean, it's a big deal. We're like the reason that people, this is in popular culture now because we've been forwarding this notion for decades. We took one person's blood and we divided it into 10 different samples and we gave each sample a different name, right? And a different health profile. Like, Tom Smith, 17 years old, 5'2", 100 pounds. Mary, Frankenstein, 150 pounds, 54 years of age. And we sent the same blood with 5 different names to labs that tested for food allergies all around the country. And every single lab except one gave different results for all the blood samples.
Even though they were all the same person?
Yeah. Because the specificity and the sensitivity of blood testing for food allergies, unless your lab has it dialed in, is out the window. There's only one lab, and I can't tell you what it is on air. I'm going to get sued. But if you send me an email, I'll tell you which lab to get. But really, for the first 90 days, or the first couple of weeks, this is all I want you to do. Try this on for size. Call me back in 2 weeks with a report, and I'll look forward to it. Friday edition of Fire Your MD Now. You're gonna not want to miss next week's episodes. I'm going to have Dr. Jim Sensenig with me. Dr. Jim Sensenig was the first president of the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians. He has been a stalwart champion of naturopathic medicine in the United States for the last 30 years, and he's got a lot to say about cancer treatment in the United States. You're going to love my interview of Dr. Jim Sensenig. Depending on his schedule, that's either going to happen next Monday or next Tuesday, so stay tuned. And when I have it dialed in, no pun intended, I'll post it on the website so you will know. We're going right back to the phones. Jim is up next with a question about leg pain. Jim, welcome aboard. You are live.
Hey, Doc. First off, I want to thank you so much for your book. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. Hey, well, that's very kind of you. You're welcome.
I enjoyed it. Actually, I've got two questions, one for my leg pain and one for my mom. And if we don't have time, I'd rather go to my mom if that's okay.
All right. Well, all right. Let's talk about her first. How much does she weigh?
She weighs about 120 pounds. She's 83 years old and about 5'3". Severe osteoporosis. She is doubled over. Can't stand up. And just today, she's starting on a bone and joint healthy start pack and ultimate enzymes. Those are the things that I thought would probably be best for her to start out with. Finances was kind of an issue. And I was just curious if you think that that'd be a good choice and if you think she'll be able to straighten up eventually if we stick to the program.
Well, given the fact that she's 83, I don't know. She will be able to straighten up. I don't know how far she's going to be able to straighten up, and that may necessitate getting one of those inversion tables, right, where you hook your ankles into the bottom of it, then you slowly, you can rest at a 45-degree angle with your head down and then a little bit longer and a little bit longer. So something needs to happen to stretch her muscles out in order to help to offset the natural curve that gravity has kind of cooked into the books. But as she goes further down the track with more calcium and magnesium and essential minerals in her body, her muscles will loosen up, and the discs between her vertebrae will start to thicken up a little bit. The osteoporosis, you should be able to get on the other side of 100%. The only drawback here with her, or really anybody over 65 years of age in the United States, is that, 80 years of eating all of the wrong foods has compromised the integrity of her intestinal tract. So even though she may be taking, a 120-pound dose of the stuff every day, realistically, she's probably in the first month only going to be absorbing maybe 20 or 30 pounds of it, right? Just because her guts have been messed up by 80 years of eating all of the wrong foods. But what the heck? You got to start somewhere. Right. And this is a good program for her. In a perfect world, right, she would be doing one healthy start pack per month, one bottle of glucogel at the 120 count, one bottle of glucogel at the 240 count, one extra bottle of Cal Toddy, one extra bottle of Cal Toddy, and 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium a month. In a perfect world, that's what she would do, all right? Now, work up to it, and the program that you're going to start her with is the most excellent program. I would double the calcium dose for the first 14 days. I would give her 1 ounce of the calcium twice a day. And if she can tolerate orange juice, give it to her in orange juice, giving her the 2nd ounce of calcium immediately before bed. Now, if 1 ounce in a little bit of orange juice is too much for her, it gives her an upset stomach, gives her diarrhea or whatever, then give her 1 tablespoon 4 times a day. Spread it out. And the Beyond Tangy Tangerine may be tricky for her, so give her 1 scoop in 12 ounces of water twice a day. Have her sip from it, sip from it all morning and then all afternoon long. Or you can put the scoop of Beyond Tangy Tangerine in yogurt, full-fat yogurt, twice a day. That might be a better option for her. But in any event, you want to start slowly. Give her enough. Make sure she's not eating gluten, right? Make sure she's avoiding the 10 bad foods. And when she does these 2 things back to back, the elimination of the bad foods and the essential nutrients every day, within 14 days, she should notice something positive change, and that's what you're going to hang your hat on. Thanks for calling. By the way, leg pain most of the time is a calcium and magnesium deficiency, so check that out. Ladies and gentlemen, see you tomorrow.